Come with us now and let us leave the ground behind. Here, in the quiet expanse of the sky, the world reveals itself in a way we seldom see. We invite you to a journey, just for a moment, to float effortlessly above a remarkable place. Below us lies Hamamatsu, a city nestled on the coast of Japan. It is a place where the rhythms of nature and the pulse of human life blend in a gentle, unending dance. From this vantage point, we can witness its story unfold, not in words but in colors, shapes, and movements. It is an opportunity to simply breathe, to watch, and to feel a profound sense of peace settle upon the soul. Let the world below become a living map of wonder. Imagine the sensation. The first rays of sunlight arrive as a whisper. They creep over the distant mountains, painting the eastern sky in soft pastels of rose and gold. Below us, Hamamatsu is still wrapped in the cool, blue veil of pre-dawn. The city lights, which had glittered like a fallen constellation throughout the night, now begin to soften and recede. As the sun climbs higher, its light catches the surface of the Tenryu River. The waterway becomes a liquid ribbon of silver, snaking its way from the mountains down to the sea. Its banks, lined with lush greenery, stand in stark, beautiful contrast. We can see the intricate network of smaller streams and canals that branch off, feeding the fertile plains that have sustained this region for centuries. The city itself begins to stir. The first signs of life are subtle. A lone truck crosses a bridge, its headlights still on. A solitary jogger follows a path along the riverbank, a tiny moving speck in the vast landscape. The light continues its slow, deliberate march across the city. It illuminates the rooftops one by one, revealing a mosaic of colors and textures. Our flight now carries us towards the coast, where the land gives way to the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Here, along the Enshu Sea, the coastline stretches for miles, a graceful curve of sand and surf. The color of the water is a deep, mesmerizing blue, shifting to a brilliant turquoise in the shallows near the shore. Long, gentle waves roll in, their crests tipped with white foam, creating endless parallel lines that seem to measure the rhythm of the ocean itself. Along this magnificent coastline, we can see the famous Nakatajima sand dunes. They are a remarkable sight, a miniature desert sculpted by the wind and sea. From above, their undulating forms create a landscape of soft shadows and golden highlights. We can see tiny figures of people walking along the ridges, their silhouettes stark against the bright sand. We see the orderly shapes of fishing ports, where boats are moored in neat rows, their colorful hulls bright against the dark water. The city has embraced its coastal setting, creating spaces where its residents can connect with the water. The endless blue of the Enshu Sea is a constant presence in the life of Hamamatsu, a source of sustenance, inspiration, and profound, calming beauty. We turn inland, and another body of water comes into view, entirely different in character from the open ocean. This is Lake Hamana, a vast, brackish lagoon that is one of the region's most treasured natural features. Its shape is complex and intricate, with numerous inlets and peninsulas that give it a beautifully irregular shoreline. From the sky, it looks like a piece of a shattered mirror, its fragments pieced back together, each reflecting the sky in its own unique way. The shores of Lake Hamana are a mosaic of different landscapes. In some places, dense green forests run right down to the water's edge. In others, small towns and villages are nestled in quiet coves, their houses clustered around picturesque fishing harbors. We can see the orange torii gates of shrines standing serenely by the water, adding a splash of sacred color to the natural palette. The Kanzanji ropeway stretches across a section of the lake, its small cabins moving like beads on a string. We can see the distinctive square shapes of eel farms and seaweed farms dotting the water's surface. These are a testament to the lake's rich ecosystem and the ingenuity of the local people who have learned to cultivate its bounty. Small fishing boats glide across the calm waters, their wakes creating ephemeral patterns that quickly fade. On shore, we can see cyclists following the scenic routes that hug the shoreline, and people simply sitting on benches gazing out at the tranquil scene. Now, our flight path takes us directly over the urban core of Hamamatsu. The organic shapes of nature give way to the more geometric patterns of human design. From this height, the city is honestly a marvel of organization. The streets form a complex grid, a network of arteries and capillaries through which the life of the city flows. In the center, modern buildings rise towards the sky. The Act Tower, with its distinctive harmonica-like design, stands as a proud symbol of the city's identity, as a hub of music and innovation. Its glass surfaces reflect the clouds in the sky, making it seem as if it is a part of the atmosphere itself. Around it, other office buildings and apartment complexes create a dynamic, varied skyline. But this modernity is not overwhelming. It is interspersed with green spaces, parks, squares, and public gardens that act as the city's lungs, providing pockets of calm amidst the urban energy. Looking closer, we can see the details of city life. In the open space of a city park, we can just make out the small figures of children playing. Office workers walk briskly along the pavements during their lunch break. Our journey through the sky now brings us over a site that connects the present city to its deep and storied past. Hamamatsu Castle. It sits proudly on a small hill, surrounded by a beautiful park filled with cherry and maple trees. The castle keep, a reconstruction of the original, stands as a powerful symbol of the city's feudal history. Its white walls and traditional grey-tiled roofs are striking against the green of the park and the modern cityscape beyond. We can see the massive stone walls of the original foundations, painstakingly assembled centuries ago. These stones are silent witnesses to the passage of time, having endured battles, earthquakes, and the simple erosion of centuries. People stroll along the paths that wind through the castle park, their modern clothing a stark contrast to the ancient setting. They are walking in the footsteps of samurai, lords, and commoners from a bygone era. Beyond the castle, echoes of tradition can be seen throughout the city, if one knows where to look. We might spot the distinctive roof of a Buddhist temple or a Shinto shrine, nestled amongst modern buildings. Hamamatsu is a place where the old and the new do not clash, but rather coexist in a state of respectful harmony. A modern skyscraper may stand near a centuries-old shrine, each representing a different chapter of the city's story. Hamamatsu is known around the world as a city of music, and from the sky we can see the places where this reputation is forged. Our flight takes us over the districts where the headquarters and factories of great musical instrument makers like Yamaha and Kawai are located. These are not dark industrial complexes, but clean, modern facilities, often surrounded by green spaces. We can imagine the incredible craftsmanship taking place inside those walls. The meticulous assembly of pianos, the shaping of guitars, the intricate work that goes into creating instruments that will bring joy to people across the globe. The city's musical soul is not confined to its factories. It spills out into the very fabric of the city. We can see the striking architecture of the Hamamatsu Museum of Musical Instruments, home to a vast collection from every corner of the world. We can imagine the sound of music practice rooms in schools and community centers, and the melodies drifting from the windows of private homes. Hamamatsu is a city that doesn't just build instruments, it lives and breathes music. But the city's industry is not limited to music. Hamamatsu is also a major center for engineering and manufacturing, particularly for motorcycles and other vehicles. From our aerial perspective, we can see the vast, orderly complexes of companies like Suzuki. What is remarkable when viewed from above is how these different facets of the city's character, nature, history, music, and industry all fit together. It is this unique blend that gives Hamamatsu its dynamic and multifaceted personality, a true symphony of human endeavor. The day begins to draw to a close, and the character of the light changes once more. The sun, now low in the western sky, casts a warm, golden glow over the entire city. The setting sun creates a spectacle of breathtaking beauty over the Enshu Sea. The water becomes a canvas for the sky's fiery display, reflecting brilliant shades of orange, pink, and purple. As the light fades, the city begins to transform itself for the night. One by one, then in a great cascade, the streetlights and the lights in homes and offices begin to switch on. The city that was defined by shapes and colors during the day now becomes a glittering network of light. The main roads become rivers of white and red light from the traffic, and the city center glows with a bright, concentrated energy. From our perch in the deepening twilight, we have witnessed a full day in the life of Hamamatsu. We have seen it awaken in the soft light of dawn, bustle with activity under the midday sun, and now settle into the calm of the evening. Our 10 minutes in the sky are nearly over. As we take one last look at the glittering city below, we are left with a profound sense of peace. From this extraordinary vantage point, the complexities and conflicts of the world seem to fade away. What we see instead is a beautiful and intricate harmony. This aerial perspective gives us a unique gift, the ability to see the bigger picture. It is a reminder that we are all part of something much larger than ourselves. A view like this can inspire us to look at our own lives and our own communities with fresh eyes, and that sometimes all we need to do to find it is to change our perspective, to rise above the everyday, and to simply look at the world with a sense of wonder